For today's video, I will use application form for Schengen visa just to show you kung paano mag-fill in ng form correctly. But regardless kung saan bansa kayo papunta kayong US, Canada, Australia, somewhere in Asia, in Europe, this follow the same guidelines and rules. So this is a passport bio page and makikita nyo dito apelyido or surname, pangalan, given names, gitnang apelyido or middle name. So general rules, kung ano ang nakalagay na apelyido, pangalan mo sa passport, ito po ang susundin ninyo. So, never put your husband's surname sa inyong application form kung hindi kayo nag-update ng inyong passport. An example, this is Maria Santos de la Cruz. The surname is de la Cruz, given name is Maria, middle name is Santos. So ito ay passport ni Maria nung dalaga pa siya. Then last year, kinasal siya kay Alex Montenegro. But then, hindi nag-update ng passport si Maria, hindi siya nag-renew or hindi siya wala siyang ginawa. Kahit hindi siya nagpalit ng apelyido, hindi niya ginamit yung apelyido ng asawa niya na Montenegro, valid pa rin ang kanyang passport. Okay? Kasi hindi pa expired and that is okay. Ako, 5 years married na ako guys, pero gamit ko pa din ang passport ko sa pagkadalaga. Ngayon, ganito ang tamang pag-fill in ng inyong application form. Surname, De La Cruz. Kasi ito pa rin ang surname niya sa kanyang passport. Gamit niya pa rin ang kanyang apelyido sa pagkadalaga. Hindi niya pa rin gamit ang apelyido ng asawa niya na Montenegro. Surname at birth or former family name. This is not your middle name. Okay? Ang iba dito, ang nilalagay is middle name, which is not correct. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, yung apelyido mo nung pinanganak ka. Si Maria, nung pinanganak siya, ang dala-dala niya ng apelyido is De La Cruz. Kaya De La Cruz pa rin ang ilalagay niya po dito. Hindi kasi siya nag-change ng any apelyido. Kanyang pangalan is Maria. Ito po ang correct na pag-fill in ng form. Ang tanong, what if si Maria nagpalit siya ng kanyang apelyido? Then, ang apelyido na ni Maria sa kanyang passport is Montenegro. Then, ang kanyang magiging surname dito is hindi na De La Cruz. This will be Montenegro. Okay? And yung kanyang surname at birth, tama na to, De La Cruz. Kasi ito na yung dala niyang paapelyedo the moment na siya ay pinanganak. The moment na siya ay niregister sa PSA. So, wag kayong malilito. Ang dami talagang nalilito dito. Ma'am, kinasal na po ako sa asawa ko pero hindi ako nagpalit ng apelyido. Tapos, gusto ko pong gamitin yung apelyido ng asawa ko sa visa application. Hindi po yun pwede. As long na hindi kayo nag-update ng passport, hindi nyo dala-dala ang apelyido ng asawa ninyo sa passport po ninyo, don't use your husband surname. This is one reason of visa refusal. Hindi nagtutugma ang pangalan ninyo sa inyong passport. Kasi ang akala ng iba, once they get married, even though they don't update their passport, they can use their husband's surname. No. So, kung ano po ang natin, apelyido sa passport, yung pa rin yung ilalagay natin. So, date of birth, kung ano din po ang nakasulat sa passport. Place of birth, Manila, and country, Philippines. Country of nationality, Filipino. Pagdating sa marital status, dito ka magpapaka-honest. You need to declare that you are married. Ang sinusunod dito ay ang record nyo naman sa PSA. So kung kasal ka, recorded sa PSA yung kasal mo, you have to put married. In the case of minors, surname, first name, address, if different from the applicant, so this is not applicable. Kapag nag-fill in ng form, kapag hindi applicable yung question sa inyo, always put NA. 11, national identity number where applicable. This is not mandatory for everyone, pero kung meron ka naman national ID sa Pilipinas, Then i-declare mo na. Ayan. Number 12, type of travel documents. As an ordinary Filipino, always check ordinary passport. So, and number 13, number of travel documents. Always check your passport number. Marami din nagkakamali dito. Hindi nila dino-double check. The date of issue of your passport. Valid until. By the way, if your passport, malapit na siya mag-expired, mga 6 months magi-expired na siya, you need to renew. Kasi kapag malapit na ang passport expiration po, even though you have chance na ma-approve yung visa, nire-refuse po yan ng embassy. And issued by, makikita din po ito sa inyong passport, issued by DFA Manila. Number 17, applicant's home address and email address. Marami akong nakikita na visa application that the home address is not complete. Walang street, walang zip code or postal code, walang country, as in totally incomplete. Importante na kompleto yung address po ninyo, including the house number, lot number, street, city, province, postal code, and the country. Your email address, the active one. Telephone number, always include the country code para mas madali sa embassy na malocate kayo in case they need to call you for an interview or to pass any missing documents. You know what? Marami ang nadi-deny na visa application because the embassy cannot contact the applicant. Hindi nagre-reply sa email at hindi rin natatawagan. If you miss this opportunity, denied ang visa po ninyo. Residence in a country other than the country of current nationality? No. Current occupation? So I am working as a private teacher. And number 20, employer and employer's address and telephone number. So, as a private teacher, my employer is Abbey de St. Augustine School. Always put the business name kung saan kayo nagtatrabaho, the address and telephone number. Number 21, main purposes of the journey. So, mamimili ka dito ng isa lang. If it is for tourism, tourism lang. If it is for visiting family or friends, ito lang. Never put here tourism. Tapos, at the same time, you will check visiting family or friends. Confusing po yan. So, member states of destination, kung saan kayong bansa papunta. Ako, Germany. Number 23, member state of first entry. Yung arrival country po ninyo. Member state of the first entry. Of course, Germany then. And number 24, number of entries requested. And number 24, number of entries requested. So if you will be in that country for example, less than 2 weeks, single entry is enough. But if you will stay there for 3 months, or the best is to choose multiple entries. So multiple entries means once you have your visa approved, then you can travel unlimited. Okay? So, pwede kang umuwi ulit ng Pilipinas and pumunta ulit sa Germany without applying again for a visa as long na valid po yung visa at hindi siya expired. Duration of the intended stay or transit, indicated number of days. Marami din ditong nagkakamali, no? You have to know the limitation of the number of stays ng type of visa po ninyo. Me, in this application, I choose visiting family and friends, and this is Schengen visa application, which is 90 days lang yung maximum stay ng gantong type of visa. So, let's read this note here. The field marked with asterisk shall not be filled in by family members of EU national, EEA or CH citizens, spouse, child or dependent, ascendant, while exercising the right to free movement. Family members of these citizens shall present documents to prove this relationship. So proceed kasi, let's say na lang na hindi tayo related in any EU citizen. Number 26, Schengen visa issued during the past 3 years. No, this is my first time. Number 27, fingerprints collected previously for the purpose of applying for a Schengen visa. No, this is my first time. Entry permit for the final country of destination where applicable. So, wala naman. Intended date of arrival in the Schengen area, April 26, 2026. And the departure from Schengen area or yung alis ko sa Germany, alis mo sa bansa na pupuntahan mo, which is July 26, 2026. Number 31, surname and first name of the inviting person kung meron pong nag-invite sa inyo or someone sponsor your trip.
Surname and first name of the inviting person, in my case, Turgeon Hagen Alex. Address and email address of the inviting person. Kung wala kang inviter, you will be there as a tourist. Name of the hotel and address of the hotel. Telephone number of your inviting person. Number 32 is not applicable. So I put here NA. Number 33, cost of traveling and living during the applicant's stay is covered by. So I choose by sponsor. Referred to field 31 or 32. And what is the means of support? Accommodation provided, all expenses covered during the stay. Prepaid transportation. I-check nyo lang ito kapag nakabili na ng flight ticket ang sponsor po ninyo para sa'yo. Sa section na to, number 34, this is for family member of EU citizen, EEA or CH citizen. Kung hindi naman ito applicable sa inyo, just put NA means non-applicable. Hindi kayo kamag-anak ng kahit na sinong EU citizen. Dito sa last part, peperma po dito si applicant. Dapat sulat kamay yung perma. So, ang gagawin after nito ma-fill in, computerize, ipiprint, tsaka po pepermahan. Bawal gumamit ng e-signature or electronic signature. Use black ball pen as recommended. At ito ang itsura ng visa application form for Schengen visa. By the way, some embassies online na po ginagawa yung application form but still parehas lang po yung laman ng application even though online nyo po ito i-fill in. Or download the application form sa embassy website ng bansa na pupuntahan po ninyo. Or sa any application center na kapartner ng embassy like BFS, Global o kaya naman BLS International.